Have you ever felt like there's something in your family that just can't be explained? Welcome to Tellverse, where family secrets aren't just whispers of the past, they're nightmares walking in the present. Hit that subscribe button because today's story you'll never forget. Leah Andrews was a young American woman in her early 20s, living most of her life in Boston. She was a university student with dreams of a simple life, but everything changed after her father's mysterious death in a car accident. After the funeral, she received a call from the family attorney. "You've inherited something from your grandfather, an old countryside house in Louisiana, and a large estate in your name." Leah was surprised. She barely knew her grandfather. Her mother always avoided talking about him, changing the subject whenever his name came up. But after her father's death, Leah decided to go down south, claim the inheritance, and learn more about her roots. When she arrived, her cousin Adrian greeted her. He was around her age, tall, mysterious, and carried an unsettling presence. "Didn't think you'd come, but welcome. The house has been waiting for you." The house was large, old, and its walls seemed to breathe with history. Despite the beautiful countryside, Leah felt a heavy air around her. Every corner of the house told a story, but it was one locked tight. From the first night, she heard strange sounds. Footsteps in the hallways, whispers behind the walls, and doors creaking open and shut by themselves. One day, she found an old notebook among her grandfather's belongings. It was her mother's journal, but what was written in it wasn't normal. "My father wants to marry me to my sister's husband's brother. He says it's family tradition, but I feel something darker. At night, I hear screaming from the basement. They say it's just the wind, but the wind doesn't scream my name. If Leah ever reads this, please run. Don't trust Adrian." Leah gasped and shut the notebook. Her heart pounded like a war drum. What did her mother mean by "don't trust Adrian"? He was her cousin, but something truly felt off. His looks, his words, the way he moved around the house like he truly owned it. The next morning, she confronted him. She said, "Adrian, my mom wrote things about you, about Grandpa, about this place." He smiled, but his eyes didn't. "Our mothers were victims of fear. Our grandfather wasn't a gentle man, but times have changed." She held up the notebook. She said, "You're dangerous and something's in the basement." He went quiet. His face hardened. Then, in a low voice, "You weren't supposed to open that." There was a small wooden door behind the kitchen. When Leah first arrived, Adrian told her, "Don't open that door. There are electrical problems down there, dangerous." But after reading her mother's journal, she had to know. That night, she grabbed a flashlight and opened the door. The stairs down smelled of mold and memories, but below, no wires, no storage. She found a room filled with photographs, photos of women from the family, all at young ages, all wearing wedding dresses, and in the center, a very old photo of her mother in a white dress. On the back it said, "The night the ritual failed." Before she could process, the door slammed shut above. Footsteps echoed down the stairs, slowly. Leah froze, her back to the stone wall, flashlight reflecting off Adrian's eyes. He said softly but threateningly, "You shouldn't have come down here, Leah." She replied, voice trembling, "What is this? Why are there pictures of my family? What's this ritual?" He sighed, stepped closer. "There's a history rooted here. Our grandfather believed the Andrews blood must stay pure. The only way to keep it strong is through union, family marriage. She raised her hand defensively. That's insane. That's wrong. He smiled. Our grandfather was disturbed, but even madmen leave behind systems. And you were the final piece. The next day, Leah planned to escape. But before she could, Adrian met her in the living room. He wore a suit and held an envelope. Our grandfather's will states the inheritance is only passed if you and I marry. She stared at him. You're joking, right? He shook his head. I'm not forcing you, but if you refuse, everything disappears. The house, the land, the factory. She asked, and if I agree? We get it all, and the ritual is finally complete. Leah took the next chance to visit her mother. When she told her everything, her mother burst, You went back there? Adrian isn't normal. He never was. She pulled out an old photo, Adrian as a child. Her mother said, He was born the same night the basement caught fire the night your aunt died. Since then, something in him never grew up. Back at the estate, Leah explored the grounds and found a neglected shed. Inside were walls covered with names and dates, each a woman in the family who died young. In the corner, her name, Leah Andrews born, 2003. Date, to be decided, she screamed. Adrian appeared. Everything's ready. All we need is your signature. In an abandoned room, she found a box full of letters from other women in the family, all warning against the rituals. One photo in the box showed Adrian as an adult, dated 1992. He doesn't age. She rushed to her friend Rachel, recorded everything with a hidden camera, tried uploading the video, but the power cut. The door locked. Adrian's voice echoed in the dark. I hoped you'd choose the easy path, Leah. Leah ran, up the stairs, locked the room. The walls seemed to pulse. The floor trembled. A recording played. Blood must not mix. Blood must not run. The rituals must not fail. Adrian crawled in through the window, his eyes no longer human. He whispered, Just this once. Finish it right. Save the family. Leah looked at him, then at the candle. She remembered everything and threw it at the curtain. Flames erupted. The whole house began to fall. The last thing she saw was Adrian disappearing into the smoke. 3 months later, Leah uploaded a video online. She told the whole story, the rituals, the house, the curse. Some believed her. Others said she was delusional, but the body they recovered from the ruins, a young man. But the DNA said he was born in 1957. Leah lives in New York now, but she says, sometimes, when I wake up at night, I feel someone watching. If you like the story, subscribe to Taleverse, and tell us in the comments, if you were Leah, would you have escaped or agreed? We'll see you in the next tale. From a new place, a new secret, and maybe a new curse.